All right, evening everyone. So I'm going to take today, got something planned for showing a traffic phasing, building a temporary alignment. It's a road job. It's a good, very, very small profile. Uh, just a real simple profile. It'll at least go through how you build a profile. Now this is really just a straight grade. Uh, Not really much else I can do. This one just happened to be really, really simple. But I'll at least go through all the different features in Business Center of the uh, corridor templates and how to build a profile in a corridor. So I'm gonna start. I always keep a file of all the line work I need for a job. So I'm gonna bring in traffic phasing. So I don't have any separate alignment for this. I'm going to bring in the finished grade alignments because they're referenced throughout the temporary phasing plan. Now, the one thing when it comes to profiles, I don't know how well some programs transfer them. I'm sure through Land XML you can transfer profiles. Anytime I have to do a profile, I build all the vertical from scratch, and then I use the line work from the 2D line work from the designer. I've always found that's just the best way to do it. Uh, in this case, if you look at the plan sheet, which I'm just going to geo-reference this. Uh, so much easier not have to switch between my plan. Uh, so I'm just going to drag the single page in. Go over to properties. Go to dimmed. Back to place image. Now I'm going to do geo-reference vector PDF. All right, so I'm going to pick a call out. So right here you have a alignment station offset call out. So I'm going to go in here to that. I'm going to click on the pixel, and then I'm going to come over here. So on a location, I'm going to right click offset line. And I'm not really going to pick a line. I'm actually going to pick this alignment. So it's the alignment that matches this right here. And all I do is come up here and I go station 20 plus 04.54, tab down, offset -10. I enter, it should put that in the right spot. Let me see if there's another one. I don't see one. I'm going to start by picking this point right here because I know where that is here. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I'm just going to pick this, see if I can get it close. Just going to undo that. Yeah, this one's tough. They don't give you a lot of things to reference, and it's a traffic plan. That's an existing line. I'm going to need my existing line work, so I'm going to bring that in anyway. So I just bring in one, I just have one file that's my existing line work. So I can see this right here is the same as that right there, I believe. So for my second one, I'm going to pick spot over there, spot here, hit register. So something was wrong with that first one, so I'm going to just going to pick this existing feature. That's probably too close to georeference for it to work right. But now we're closer here. Bring in all the finished grade line work. Alright, so I got another point here. I'm just going to switch to this point a little further away, see how that looks. That's probably good enough. I'm going to turn off some of those layers. Alright, that's close enough. So I'm going to have my PDF up so I can build my profile. So the first thing it says is begin grade. Actually, I don't want begin grade. I want the beginning of the alignment. So right here, it starts at 10 plus 00 at this station, 20 plus 04, 54, 10 feet left. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here, CAD, line work. I'm just going to make a line at 0. I'm going to hit enter. And instead of coordinate, I'm going to type station offset. And then for my reference line, I'm going to pick that alignment that they reference in the traffic plan. And I'm going to hit distance along, separate screen. It's going to be 20 plus 04.54 minus 10. No elevation. I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to switch this endpoint type to coordinate. They must have had a typo on this plan sheet. 20 plus 04.54. Oh, I had the wrong alignment. That's why. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna make a new line. I'm gonna do station. Pick the correct alignment this time. 20 plus 04.54 minus 10. Hit enter. So it made a dot right at that spot. I'm going to switch this to coordinate for the next type, and I'm just going to pick any spot over here. And I'm not sure why it didn't save, but either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take this line, I'm going to copy it, relayer it, make a new layer, temp, alignment, hit apply. I'm going to take that new line, I'm going to break it right at this point. I'm going to delete this other segment to the south. So now I've got a line string here, and I'm going to break it again right here, point of tangency. So if I break, I'm going to guess that the distance along is going to be, so it's 10 plus 0, so 80873. Yep. So it's looking that upside down, but 10 plus 00 is where this starts. So I just take 1,000 feet off of it, 808 feet, 0.73. My temp alignment, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to rename this to be TMP underscore RPDB. So now I've got a line, and I have to make an alignment out of it, which is pretty simple. Go up to corridor, hit create alignment, go down to this temp alignment layer. I'm going to name this TMP underscore RPDB, and then right here, define individual segments. I'm going to hit use an existing line. This right here is already selected, so it's already picking that line that I want to use. And then I'm going to leave this spiral type at clothoid, and I'm just going to hit OK. And this just created an alignment. So what you want to do is you want to come to this alignment. So click in here. Here it is, horizontal alignment. You're going to want to right click, and you're going to want to hit new profile view. Now you're going to want to get this view up here, so just simply take it, drag it up. So there's nothing to see in profile right now because it's a 2D line. So we're going to come down here to the vertical tab, and you're going to hit create vertical alignment. Oh, actually, you know what? I undid that. There's one thing you want to do first. It tells us this alignment starts at 10 plus 00. So if you come back to the horizontal tab, and you go in here and hit 10 plus 00 for the start station, and then just hit tab a few times, it'll start that alignment at 10 plus 00. You want to do this before you create a vertical alignment. So now I'm going to create a vertical alignment, and it's going to start me at station 10 plus 00. So I'm going to come back, and this is where it really helps to print out the plan or have two screens. So the grade doesn't begin until 178 feet into this alignment. So it says, it tells me my information. So at 11 plus, it's my temp alignment, 11 plus 78, 29. So my first elevation is at 11 plus 78.29, and it's telling me the elevation is 822.41. I'm going to hit tab, and I'm going to hit tab. Now you come back to here, and this is a very boring alignment. There's only one grade, and you rarely will ever find an alignment like this. But nevertheless, this is where it ends right here, so you just got to plug this in the exact same way. So it's telling me that station 15 plus 76.63, elevation 813.66, hit tab. Now you can see that I've got two pieces of vertical information, so it's created this alignment in a straight grade. 2.2 percent, 2.2%. So now we're back at plan view. So now that we've got our very simple vertical alignment, I want to take a look at the typical section for this. My grade point is the yellow edge line. It's telling me there's a 4-foot full depth paved shoulder. It looks like that's at 2%. Looks like that's the same grade, 2% all the way across. And then it's telling me there's a 4-foot dirt shoulder. And then I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I can do a 3-to-1 off the side to tie. But I'm gonna look at the cross sections to double check some of that. So here, same thing. You've got a 4-foot full depth paved shoulder, and then 4 more feet is your dirt shoulder to your hinge point. If we look at the cross sections, oh, missed one of them. And of course, this is going to be tough. I don't do too much with corridor models, so I don't know how to do all the cross section features at Business Center. I just haven't learned them yet. Yeah, so here I'm not sure why you even have a typical section if your typical section never matches anything. I can see there's a break right there. So it looks like they have a 12-foot lane at 1 percentage. They didn't label the other percentage. All right, so I'm just gonna take a quick look at. So I'm gonna guess this is gonna be 2 feet. Let me double check my typical. So that's 4 feet away from my grade point. Yeah, so that's my grade point right there. Uh, I am not sure what that cross slope is, but from this point to here, so it's 12 feet at 4.8%. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to close out of this. I'm going to go to corridors. I'm going to do create a corridor. I'm going to name it the same thing, TMP RPDB. Hit OK. It's going to ask me for a new corridor, and I want this to start where it says to begin the grade 11 plus 78, 29. But actually, I'm going to start this at the first cross section just to make it easy, because I'm just going to blend the rest to make it work since it's temporary traffic. So began at 12. Yeah, the best way to do this would be probably getting the digital cross sections. I did not think that for this there would be any differences, but any kind of odd super elevations, but I guess I thought wrong. So I'm going to do my first one offset. So I need to do an offset table. Oops. Actually, I will keep a consistent offset. So let's just do 11 feet. So let's do 11 feet. So I'm going to offset 11 feet to the right. Now for my slope, I'm going to do a table. So these are really simple. You tell it your first station, which I'm just going to do this 12 plus 0, 0. And it's a 5.8, I think. 4.8. So over 11 feet, 4.8%. I'm just going to plug in my next cross section. And these are 100 feet apart, so that's really tough. So my 13 plus 0, 0 is at 8%. $14 plus 0, 0 is at 8%. You see that break's still at 11 feet. Oh, 14. And this is just quick and dirty. This isn't exact. This isn't what you want to do for a corridor model for finished grade. But for temporary, this is good enough. So it looks like the same thing. 11 feet off, we're at 8%. 15. And I'm going to leave it at that because it eventually it ties to existing. Actually, and I can get the existing cross slope at station 16. So what I'm going to do is, well, for now I'm just going to hit OK. I'm going to do EOT edge of travel. Just going to hit add. And now we've got this corridor template, you can scroll through the stationing. We've got one lane done. So now I'm going to go, let's see. So I have a existing surface that was provided by the owner. It started off as a land XML, but I exported it to as a point cloud. I'm going to make sure my point cloud settings are maxed out, and they are. So I'm going to go find that existing conditions point cloud. I used the one of the macros to create a surface in a 5x5 grids of the entire job. It's a large file. Point clouds are a really good way to handle large surfaces. So you start it as a point cloud and you only grab what you need. So I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to copy the view filter, this button right here, hit OK. I'm going to turn off all my layers except for that point cloud. So I'm going to bring this back so I have an idea of the area I want. I'm going to go down here to the polygon select, and then I'm just going to do surface members, go over here to original ground. I'm going to hit add. So now it only is making a surface out of just these points from the point cloud. So if I go to 3D view, switch back, turn my points off, you can see here's an existing surface. So all I'm going to do to get this tie-in point, I'm going to come onto here, I'm going to say where does it want me to tie. So end grade means that's where it ties. I'm going to turn on my existing line work. This is the existing travel lane, so I'm not even sure. End grade, let's just come. So right now it's stationing my alignment. It's always the last one you click. If you right click in here, you can hit alignment name. So temp RP, so the alignment I'm building is the one that it's referencing. So I want to go to station 16, it's tied to 0. Let me turn my so here's my temporary. So what I want to do is, this is an existing shoulder, so I want to put a cross slope in at this station using my temporary alignment that traffic's going to be in. So in the future, traffic's going to be riding in this partially designed alignment, and they're going to tie into the existing shoulder, first the existing shoulder and then the existing lane. So right here, this is at station 16 plus 40, let's do 45 just to be safe. So I'm going to hit view surface slicer. I guess actually a better way to do this would be turn my alignment on. So if I click on the horizontal alignment, then you hit in view, you can hit cross section view, and I'm going to scroll through, and eventually there's my temporary alignment that pops up. So I'm going to scroll to station, I think I said 16 plus 45. Really the easier way to do this in this instance is view surface slicer, and I'm going to put my snap on near perpendicular. So near and perpendicular are the snaps you need for this. So I'm going to come here to 16 plus 45. I'm going to measure this, or I'm going to click the perpendicular point across. It should be 11 feet wide. Yeah, it's about 11 feet. We are coming through one of these other points, one of these other breaks in the road, but it looks like this is supposed to be 5.5%, so I'm gonna pick 5.5% for this one. That's gonna roll from +8 to a -5.5. There's probably gonna need to be temporary asphalt here, but for now I'm gonna build it that way. So I'm gonna go back to my template. I'm gonna double click on this first one that I made. And then I'm going to go back to my table. I'm going to do 16 plus 45. And I'm going to do minus 5.5. Wait a minute. Oh, I did this backwards. Yeah, so I did it backwards. Surface slicer view, it's easy to make that mistake. So I want to start at the alignment and work my way away. So it's a positive 5.5. So it won't be too bad. Now, the thing is, this is the existing shoulders at 5.5%, which is from here. Oops. From here to here. It's looking at my point cloud surface and then 5-6%. But if I were to go from this lane, from edge of travel to edge of travel, looks like 6%, 6.5, probably goes 6. So what I want to do is, by the time this alignment gets up fully into that lane, I'm going to do another surface slicer here to tie, and I did it backwards again, start from this side, 6.5%, and that's at station 17 plus 20. So I'm going to do 17 plus 20, and I'm going to do 6.5%. And I'm going to do 6%. It's got to be close. Hit OK. Now I'm going to hit save, and it's going to build this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 3D view. Just going to if you right click and hit float view, it makes a separate window. You can drag it into another screen. So this temporary alignment is going from here, which must be finish grade. I'll bring the finish grade model in to see. This temporary road is coming across, and it is landing on the existing road. I'm going to minimize that. One quick trick you can do, and I actually just learned about this feature the other day. I probably looked at it a million times. I'm going to hit close on our corridor template. We'll go back to it. So I'm going to take this is the existing. I'm going to highlight these lines. And then I've got a shortcut for it, but I'm going to go to CAD, change elevation, and I'm going to do surface elevation, and I'm going to pick original ground, hit apply. So basically just draped it onto those surfaces. So if I go back to my oh, I was in a different view filter. So there are those lines on the existing ground. So I'm going to turn my surface on. You can see the surface as it approaches that road. Now I just realized my alignment doesn't go out that far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to here. I'm going to find a spot down here past my I'm going to find a couple spots on the existing road. So if I come here to Project Explorer, hit Surfaces, Original Ground, I'm going to hover over the alignment, which is right here. I'm going to find the elevation 812.2 at 16 plus 45. So I'm going to go to my vertical, 16 plus 45, and it was 812.2. And I'm going to go up further to 17 plus 20 is where I was. I'm going to grab an elevation of 810.84. That was 17 plus 20. And those are where I took the two existing cross slopes to use them. So I'm going to tab over, close out of this. Go back to my 3D view and you can see it's pretty much floating right on top of that existing surface. Pretty close enough. So we've tied this ramp, temporary ramp with a temporary alignment, tied it right into this existing. We did it using a corridor surface. We did it using a template. If you come back to your Project Explorer, right-click, Edit Corridor Template. So I want to actually come back a little further. I want to see what the beginning of this is. So it says begin grade here, begin construction here. I'm going to bring in a finished grade surface. See if that makes any sense. And I did not build this finished grade surface as a disclaimer. So it looks like it comes pretty close to this ramp right here. Turn the original grade off. So it looks like it comes pretty close. I'm going to probably do the same thing, tie it down to that end. So if I click on my horizontal alignment, yeah, it does. It looks like it peels off from here. So at 10 plus 0, 0, I'm gonna just click on this finished grade surface. Now wherever I hover over, should be that elevation, 822.2. So I'm gonna click on my alignment, right click edit, go back to vertical, just going to make this work here. 822.8. So now I got a little bit more here. I'll go back to my corridor template, come back into here. Let me take a slice, surface slicer view, from here to here. It's this grade right here, it's -2. So I'm going to come in here to my table. Now I'm not actually sure how to insert a row, but one really good feature that Business Center just came up with, I can take this, right click, copy selected rows, go to Excel, paste it. I'm going to insert, and I want at 10 plus 0, 0, -2. I'm going to format these. So I probably need another one here. Okay, they give, oh, and this is something we can do. They give us a super elevation transition. Looks to be equally spaced. So this is really simple. I'm going to do station 11 plus 78. So I'm actually going to, I'll go back to Excel. So I'm going to insert two of these. 1178 minus 4, or probably did this wrong for the third time. No, that is a -2 permanently. So it's got to roll over to begin with. And then if I look up to the top left, I can see my alignment, or my stationing. 12 plus 78 is my 08. 12 plus 78, 1278, 8 feet. Or 8%. So that doesn't even line up with the cross sections. Uh, 1205 by 1308. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I just got this out of order. So I can cut that, paste it. Oh. And apparently I can't even do that. So that makes sense. -2, then it goes to 4, 4.8, 8, 8, 8. So I'm going to just copy all these. Come into here, I'm going to select all these and delete them. And I'm just going to paste these, and that pasted them right from Excel. Hit OK, and then hit save. Doesn't look like it extended it all the way. It should make the surface all the way back to 10. So let me just check back my template. My table starts at 10 for my slope. Click my alignment. I'm going to do new profile view. Oh, uh-huh. If I didn't catch that, that would have eaten up a lot of time. I told this corridor where it was going to start. Ugh. Honestly, I'm not even sure how to change this. Hmm. Something I might have to figure out how I change this to start back at 10 plus 0, 0. I mean, I've got this in Excel. Yeah, I'm just going to delete this. Really, it's one thing that's so easy with Business Center. You can I have this open in Excel right now. Just going to make a new definition. I'm sure there's a way to change it. I just don't know how. I don't use the corridor functions as often. So my offset's 11 feet. My slope table. Paste it. Okay. Add. Alright, now I'm all the way back to here. So I might be able to add some things that this is going to be the finished grade. It's just going to match anyway, so it's not a big deal. Uh, take finished grade off. So this is original ground. Come off of this ramp that we built here and match back to this permanent or this existing ramp. So from the new ramp to an existing ramp, this is your corridor template, and this is all temporary construction. So at some point I'll probably go through. It looks like, so I just did the one travel lane. I got to come back in here and just add templates for the or add offsets for the shoulder. I can do it in a similar way. I might get the electronic cross sections. So I'm gonna make looks like it might go straight across to the edge of the shoulder brake. So from the alignment, it's 1, 2, 3, it should be 4 feet away. So I'm gonna go back to this node. I'm gonna name it edge of travel right. So I'm gonna add up here. There's a little plus button. Add a instruction. So offset. So I'm gonna go back to the alignment, and I'm gonna go negative 4 feet, 4 feet to the left. For my table, I'm just gonna paste the same table in because it appears they're all at the same slope. Well, I guess I really need them to be negative. Because they're going to the left. I'll just reverse that one. Just gonna put a negative in front of all these. So my instructions going to the left. Now as I travel down, you can see, so far I've built 15 feet of the width of this alignment. So as I scroll through my stationing, you can see what happens. So I can just keep doing the same thing. I can look at the cross sections. This is temporary, it's not that critical. So some of this will just be fit in. It looks like they actually give us a temporary ditch, so I'll probably build I'll build this out 3-to-1 to an elevation, 3-to-1 to an elevation, come back up at a 2-to-1 and tie, side slope command. It's not too bad. I think I'll do one thing as a bonus. It's saying there's temporary pipe, PCP. It's probably supposed to be RCP. So I'm going to make a... I might not have any. No, I don't have any of my utility nodes in here. Yeah, I don't have any of the utility stuff. I wanted to show that pipe run going in there. Let's do a 3D line. A temporary pipe that runs under this ramp, temporary ramp. Yeah, at some point I'll do one on the utility module. I use it quite a bit. It's still got some glitches in it, but it works pretty well. Yeah, so for this model, all I have to do is add the fold up the pave shoulder on the top, and I'm just gonna in Bluebeam probably grab a few slope percentages or get the electronic file, and then off the left side I'm gonna put the 3-to-1 slope that ties down or goes down to a ditch, ties back to existing. But in 50 minutes here, I was able to create a really simple temporary alignment, add a few more vertical points based off the existing, add a couple cross slopes to match existing, and build this alignment out. And now this is something that really easily goes into a dozer and gets uploaded and gets built, and nothing has to be manually staked, nothing has to be guessed, and even better, if I get this into the machines with the contractor, they hopefully won't miss this. And you can go out and check the future grades and make sure you don't place anything here. If you were to combine this with a point cloud scan, you could really check to make sure you don't have anything in the way of what is going to be a future temporary ramp. It oftentimes gets missed. So yeah, I think that's all for that. Pretty simple, pretty quick. I didn't get into actual profile building with vertical curves. That's a little different. I might do it in just one week. I just work on building out a profile. I'm not the best at that. I might be able to find someone to help me with it just to make sure I do everything right. But the vertical curves can get a little tricky. You just have to be careful, and sometimes you have to do manual calculations to get to get certain elevations because the designers don't give them to you. But no, this is it's pretty much it for this week, and this roadway surface is almost built, and then just a little bit of slope work and it's done. So thanks for anyone that watched, and this will be uploaded at some point. I'll edit out all the any pauses or issues, mistakes, and I'll get it uploaded to a YouTube channel. So uh, should be back next week. Don't think anything's going on, so I should be doing something again next week. So thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram. Thank you.